Oh, good morning to you. Yep, Jesus is Lord. Yep, the word works. God's the same. Remember that yesterday? The same. Let's turn over to the book of Hebrews, chapter 12. Read a couple of verses here and preach at you a little bit, and I want to help you today. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2, it says, "Wherefore, seeing we're also compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, swelling, big thing, and the sin which does so easily beset us, and," I love the word "and" because that means there's more coming, "and let us run with patience the race that's set before us." Now, if you go over there and study that, you'll find that the 11th chapter of the book of Hebrews was all about faith, and it's called the faith chapter because it taught about all the people, Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac, and Jacob, and all those people that God did great things for by faith, by faith, by faith, by faith. Hold on a second. And so we're surrounded by that cloud of Old Testament witnesses that did all these things by faith. And so God was saying that. So since we're considering all of that, then he said, so let us, you and me, run the race that is set before us. Now, I left out a word there, and I'm going to come back to it. But each of us have a calling on our life. Now, I'm called to pastor. I'm called to minister. I don't pastor a church now, but I am ministering this morning, ministering the Word of God on receiving communion today at the end of the service. I travel to other places to help other people. I'm called to preach. I'm called to be a minister. But you are also called to be a minister, maybe not in a official capacity, but you're called to minister the Word of God, and particularly the Word of faith, to whoever you come in contact with. And so you run your race. I run my race. I do what God's called me to do, and you do what God's called you to do. Now, it says, let us run with patience. I don't like that word. Patience. No, the word patience means consistency, or to be the same as. Like, been 7 years now that I've been doing Faith Nuggets, and I've done it every day. I think I might have missed 2 days when I was in other countries where I couldn't get it out. But other than that, I'd missed a day in 7 years. I do this every day. Like right now, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm up doing what God's called me to do to help you. And I'm doing it consistently with patience. That's consistently being the same and doing it because God told me to do it. Well, how do I do that? Now watch this in verse 2. Looking unto Jesus. Quit looking at the news media. Oh, what do you think about the Democrats? Well, my trust is not in the Democrats. My trust is not in the Republicans. In fact, my trust is not in the government at all. I trust something much bigger than the government. I mean, we had to have lots of money. My wife wanted to give a nice present to each of the kids and the grandkids and all the spouses, which makes it like 30. I think it's 32 if we're all together, and 25 of them were together that Christmas Saturday before Christmas. And she gave every one of them something very nice and gave them some cash too. And I'm going, whoop, whoop, whoop. Every time I'd go places, she said, I need some money, And God did it. I'm telling you, we had a miraculous Christmas because my trust is not in my government welfare check. I don't get one of them. My trust is not in what the Republicans and the Democrats and all the rest of them are going to do. My trust is unto God, looking unto Jesus. Now, I'm still looking unto Jesus. I believe this is going to be the best year that I've ever had. 2020, with all the options and the obstacles that we had, was a great year for me. Looking unto Jesus, the author. He's the one that gave you your faith, because God giveth to every man liberally as he asks. God gave the gift of faith that God gave, and the finisher of our faith. Now, the finisher there is not the ending of it. We have some very, very nice furniture. Hold on a minute. You can see right over my right shoulder there, a very nice china cabinet with very nice china in it. That china cabinet actually belonged to my wife's mother, my mother-in-law. And as she got older and downsized, she started giving some of her stuff away, and we got the whole dining room set. It's finished. Notice how it shines. Somebody took the time to take the wood, whatever kind it is, and finish it. sand it down, polish it down, put paint on it and all that kind of stuff. That's the finishing of it. Well, God is finishing your faith, which means He's working it down. He's getting it shiny. He's going to put a real nice coat of paint and shellac on it or whatever. And even though that piece of furniture, I guess, is 70 years old, because Pat had it when she was just a small child. So, it's been around a long time. It looks great because it was finished well. Hey, your faith is great. Look to Jesus. He's the author of your faith, and He's the finisher of your faith, and He's going to make you turn out all right. Glory be to God. That's good preaching. The author and the finisher of our faith, so that we might run with patience the joy of what God's doing in our life. Don't give up. Don't change now. I got to share this. If you're flying an airplane, which I fly my own airplane, if you go into a storm, an airplane, of course, got its wings. You go into a storm, the quickest way through the storm is straight through to the other side. When you turn, you lose lift. You try to turn, go the other way. That's the most dangerous time to turn. Keep your eyelids right on. I have flown through some big storms. Don't want to do that anymore. But I knew enough not to turn to try to get out of it. Go right on. Stay with it. Don't change. Your faith is working. You will prevail. God is on your side, and you know exactly what to do. So don't turn away now. Don't change now. Keep your eyes on Jesus, because He's the author of and the finisher of your faith. So until I'm with you, my saints, hey, remember all day, Jesus is Lord, and thank God the Word works.